From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. We're still tracking a couple different fires within the viewing area, both in Kittitas and Yakima County. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with the more recent of the two fires, this one being the Squaw Creek fire. It is still over 300 acres, but containment jumped way up over the weekend. Now it's 35% contained, even though we still do have a couple active hotspots on the map. And we still do have these evacuations in place. Level 2 evacuations, this is where you have to be packed and ready to leave at a moment's notice. And then Level 1 evacuations, this is where you should keep tabs on the adjacent fire. And you can find all of these locations listed online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Now on to the Williams Mine fire burning in southwestern Yakima County. This one, the acreage and the containment staying pretty steady over this past week, and they did that over the weekend as well. Temperatures this morning in the 50s and 60s, so most of us do need some sort of light jacket as you're headed out the front door, maybe even a rain jacket, as we do have small shower chances for today. We'll have another bout of that possible for this weekend, but thankfully some fall-like highs are sticking around. I'll tell you just how cool it'll be for this Monday coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, firefighters busy with wildfires over the weekend. They also battled a house fire like this one in Pasco. We'll give you the rundown. Also, new developments in the case of the 45-year-old man accused of killing his girlfriend in Wapato. An exclusive story you'll only see with us. And still ahead, former President Donald Trump marked safe after a second assassination attempt. We have the latest details. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, September 16th. I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and we're going to start your top stories off this morning in fire news. Fire crews responded to a fire in Pasco late last night. The fire happened on the 3900 block of Ivy Road. It's a little more than a block from Franklin County Fire District 3. The call came in around 9:20 last night as a residential fire. Smoke could be seen in the area, and it took fire crews a little more than 90 minutes to put out the fire and hotspots. And we'll bring you more information once it's available. And Benton County Fire District 1 and other fire agencies responded to East Owens Road Saturday night for a large wildfire. Now, this happened just off of State Route 397. Parts of the highway were shut down at one point due to the smoke in the area. The fire happened just after 8 p.m. It took crews a little more than 2 hours to get the fire contained, and the last crew left about 8 hours later. 3 firefighters from Benton County Fire District 1 have arrived safely in California. They took an engine and drove to a fire camp in Beaumont, California over the weekend. They're helping fight the line fire in San Bernardino County. The wildfire has burned more than 38,000 acres and has destroyed at least one home. However, fire officials say nearly 60,000 homes and businesses are threatened. And wrapping up fire news this morning, Walla Walla fire officials are investigating yet another suspicious fire. Now, this one happened on Saturday just before 2 a.m. in the 100 block of George Street. This is now the 6th suspicious fire in the same area since August 1st. Witnesses called it in, saying there was a junkyard on fire and that a home was at risk. It took about an hour and a half to get it under control. A home, a shop, and multiple cars were damaged, with the estimated cost of damage being over $100,000. If anybody has information, please call the Walla Walla Police Department. New this morning, Pasco police are investigating after a man was hit by a car. This happened on the 500 block of South 28th Avenue just after 12:30 a.m. today. Pasco police and Pasco Fire got to the scene quickly. Witnesses say a man had been hit by a car and was down in the roadway. His condition is not yet known. The road was blocked off at Flamingo Drive to allow first responders and investigators to work, and we'll bring you more information once it's made available. 2 people are in jail after a confrontation with Pasco police officers. It happened late Saturday night in the 100 block of North Ely Street. Officers say they spotted a stolen car reported out of Pasco on the street, but when they tried to do a traffic stop, they say the driver took off. Officers say they went after the car, but the driver lost control and hit a retaining wall at the intersection of North Volland and West Canal Drive. Authorities say 4 people got out of the car. The driver and 1 other person are facing charges. The other 2 were released. Looking ahead, the Port of Benton says the pavement rehabilitation project for the Richland Airport is set to start today. So in the red zone, runway 1 through 19 will be shut down today through Friday. In the yellow zone, runway 8 through 26 will be shut down starting this Wednesday through Friday. And the main apron work, highlighted in purple, will be completed simultaneously. Now check this out. The Fiery Food Festival was this past weekend in Pasco, and 2 of our very own got in on the festivities at Peanuts Park, and this is for the VIP pepper eating contest. So for this competition, you had to eat 10 peppers and their seeds, leaving only the stem in order to stay in the game. So peppers started out mild and ended with number 10, the Carolina Reaper. The Carolina Reaper is considered the hottest pepper you can taste. That's according to the Guinness Book of World Records. It has a Scoville rating of 2.2 million. So to put it in perspective, it's 200 times hotter than a jalapeno. So you were allowed to drop out at any time in the competition, and our very own Monique Ledesma lasted to the number 7 pepper. You just saw her on your screen, and several others dropped out as well. But our very own Riley Fitzgerald finished the competition and finished eating the Reaper, a champion of the peppers. Congrats to her. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, former President Donald Trump is marked safe after a shooting incident while he was golfing in Florida. Experts calling it a second assassination attempt. We have the details coming up, but first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
Back to school. That means more kids will be out in traffic when you least expect them. They don't know the rules of the road yet, but you do, so drive safely. This message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Exmark Mowers. Signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Save big on Radius Mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates or attractive financing going on now.
Experience an Exmark Vertex today at Liberty Lawn and Saw in West Richland.
Sometimes life is a funny way of turning sideways, like when your kid decides they're a professional stylist the morning of picture day.
Here we go.
Or when your to-do list isn't quite done.
You went to Rite Aid, right?
Or when you're sure you packed everything you need, but you actually need one more thing.
We forgot our prescriptions.
We
got you. Are we happy?
We are happy. Find everything you need?
Yep. Yeah, life never really goes the way you plan, but that's why we're here. It means more at Rite Aid.
Fall is in the air, and that means getting back to school, putting outdoor toys away, and getting ready for winter sports. However, if an accident left you sidelined this summer, you should call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
You know who I am, ain't had to say my name. Stack it up like Tetris, but this money ain't a star. I get money, I'm a star. I get money, I'm a star.
Dancing with the Stars premieres live Tuesday.
Stacy Lee, Cap KVU First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take a look at temperatures across the region this morning as we are in the 40s, 50s, and 60s in Kittitas County, 48 for Snoqualmie Pass, 50s for Cle Elum and Ellensburg, and then low 60s this morning in Vantage. In the Yakima Valley, 50s and 60s, 58 for Yakima, 58 for Toppenish, 66 degrees for Sunnyside, and then for the lower Columbia Basin, looks like we're all in the 50s for this morning. 56 for Benton City, 55 for Prosser, 58 for Boardman, and then for the foothills of the Blues, which I've obviously forgotten to put in this hit, but the foothills of the Blues this morning are in the 50s. Okay, back to the Tri-Cities for this morning. You would want a light jacket, but as soon as 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, by the time we're around lunchtime, should be t-shirt weather. But look at this. I am adding the raincoat as there will be small shower chances today for the Basin, for the foothills, and for the Blue Mountains. So for today, we'll have seasonal high temperatures as most of us will end up near 80 degrees, a little bit cooler than that for the foothills of the Blue Mountains. But yeah, about 10 to 30% chances of showers for the foothills, for the Basin, and also for the Blue Mountains. And I'll show you some more rain chances as we head into the rest of this week, and I'll time everything out with Futurecast. All that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In political news this morning, law enforcement and former President Donald Trump's campaign are on high alert after an apparent attempt to assassinate him yesterday. The FBI says it's launching a global investigation. President Biden says he's taking steps to ensure his former rival has the protection resources he needs. And Trump's campaign managers are asking staff to be vigilant. Amy Kiley reports and has the latest.
I don't think this is the last we'll see of crazies out there trying to do this.
Reactions are pouring in after what appears to be the second attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump in about 2 months. Trump says he's safe and no one is hurt after the incident yesterday afternoon in West Palm Beach, Florida. The Secret Service says agents shot at a suspected gunman who was a few hundred yards from the former president at Trump International Golf Club. Law enforcement sources identify a person detained as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh. Warren Routh says he's the man's son. He calls him a loving father and says the reports don't sound like the dad he knows. Several experts say they have a different impression of the man.
He is an individual who's been living out loud on the social media platforms that we all use, but most interestingly has been his continual postings about efforts to recruit fighters to go to the Ukraine.
Arrest records suggest he has a history with firearms and law enforcement run-ins.
I think on the scale of things, we're going to find him to probably be more sophisticated rather than not.
Officials say investigators recovered an AK-47 style rifle and a camera from the scene.
This is a performative assassination attempt.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Both Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris say they condemn political violence and they're glad former President Trump is okay. In more political news, a U.S. appeals court will hold oral arguments today about a law that would ban TikTok in the United States. The ban would take effect in mid-January unless TikTok's ownership changes. ByteDance is a Chinese-based company, and the United States is demanding ByteDance divest itself from TikTok. But the company is challenging the law, saying it violates free speech rights in the United States. About 150 million people use TikTok in the U.S. And the presidential race is heading towards the final stretch, and Congress is still trying to get work done, especially on the issue of in vitro fertilization, where members of both parties are calling for legislative action on the issue. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says a second vote on an IVF bill is coming soon. In June, the legislation stalled by a vote of 48 to 47, with two GOP senators, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, voting alongside their Democratic colleagues. This comes as multiple House Republicans are pushing to hold a legislative vote backing IVF ahead of the 2024 election. Several states began early voting this weekend, and IVF is among the issues both sides are addressing on the campaign trail. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a new report is finding that no single factor led to last year's Maui wildfires. Details on what this means in just a few minutes.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled, beefy, melty, pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. Made burger.
Good burger.
Create a backyard that's out of this world.
Right now, save $50 on the MSA 60 CB battery chainsaw and save $50 on the BGA 57 battery blower.
Real steel.
Whether your way home is a loud symphony of chaos, a museum of messes, or somehow there just isn't enough time no matter how early you leave.
So, what do you think? I wouldn't have it any other way.
We're here to help you find the vehicle that's perfect for you.
Find your way home in a Subaru certified pre-owned vehicle from McCurley Subaru.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Revamp your laundry space with GE's top-of-the-line front-load laundry machine, each for just $749. Designed to deliver exceptional cleaning power and efficiency. With features like the Ultra Fresh Vent System with odor block, microban antimicrobial technology to help prevent the growth of odor-causing bacteria. Say goodbye to musty smells and hello to fresh, clean laundry. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
A drunk driver just blew a stop sign and we collided. My vehicle was totaled. What about the vehicle? How am I going to get to work? How am I going to continue taking care of my family? I contacted Tamaki Law and I told them about what had happened. Tamaki made it very simple, very easy. It was a stress relief for me. If you happen to be in an accident, call Tamaki Law.
Is that house-made guac going on a Carl's Jr. burger? Smooth, zesty, charbroiled, beefy, melty, pepper jack, cheesy, saucy temptation, crisp bacon too. I give. Give in to the guac bacon burger, only at Carl's Jr. Made burger.
Good burger.
A portion of the news is sponsored by Kubota.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at all the city lights of Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bimart, and that view perched atop the Tanum Ridge. Let's take a look at futurecast for today, and you'll notice there's going to be a little chance of showers today, really throughout the day, about a 10 to 30% chance for the Lower Columbia Basin, for the Blue Foothills, also for the Blue Mountains. So that will be, their models are sort of all over the place for today, but just know there will be that tiny chance throughout the day. And we're going to have a similar setup into tomorrow. It's still going to be about 10 to 30% chances from the Basin to the Foothills to the Blues, although this time there will be a slightly better chance for thunderstorms in the mix. And also the Cascades will have a decent chance of showers for tomorrow as well. But the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, likely staying dry over the next couple of days. So for today will be seasonal. That means most of us will end up near 80 degrees, a little bit cooler than that for the foothills. Winds are going to be pretty light for today, although they could gust upwards of maybe 20, 25 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley. It'll be just like that for tonight. For the rest of us, light winds and overnight lows dropping down into the 40s and 50s. So it will be a little cool out there. We'll continue to have these small shower chances through about Wednesday, a little break in the action for Thursday, but shower chances going back up again for Saturday and Sunday. Early indications are that this is not going to be a washout, but it's certainly something we're going to be keeping tabs on. Temperatures continue to stay seasonal, if not a little bit sub-seasonal for the next 7 days, which is apropos because Sunday is the first day of fall. It's going to feel pretty fall-like out there. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances for today and tomorrow. Dry for Wednesday and Friday, but wet weather possible again by this weekend. For Yakima, dry and seasonal all throughout the work week. Shower chances coming back by Saturday. Then for Ellensburg, a breezy, sunny, and fall-like week ahead. Small chances for showers return for this weekend. Then for Hermiston, little chances for wet weather today and tomorrow. Another bout of that possible by this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, small shower chances today, a better chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Dry for Wednesday through Friday, but more showers possible by this weekend.
Thank you, Josh. A new report found no single factor led to last year's devastating Maui wildfires, which left more than 100 people dead. The fires also caused more than $6 million in damages, and the Fire Safety Research Institute prepared a report and identified a complex set of factors that contributed to the deadliest fire in the U.S. in more than a century. Among them, investigators said there was a widespread lack of preparedness.
This incident is a story of prevention, preparedness, improving operational response. And it starts with that, as we see it, as you look through all of the data and get an understanding of the perception of wildfire risk in the state, I think you two you'll come to the conclusion that more needs to be done in that prevention and preparedness space first.
The report also said decades-old infrastructure, standards, and insufficient communications were key factors in the fire destruction. Investigators made 140 recommendations to address the issues. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the 76th Emmy Awards took place last night, and we have the night's biggest winners. We'll have that in your entertainment headlines right after the break.
Starting at $3.99, you can get one, make it a double, or go for 3 delicious patties. Go as big as you want with my Bonus Jack combo starting at $3.99. Now you can say you're loving it and actually mean it. At Jack, every bite's a big deal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
I got sandwiched between 2 trucks and trailers.
The insurance company tried to trick Michael.
The worst part was they hired a private investigator to stalk me for 2 years.
But he knew my number, 853-2222.
He taught him a lesson. We both taught him a lesson.
I made the insurance company pay.
He got me 5 times more than what I expected. This law firm is the best in Yakima, period.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
Taking the time to savor Thomas's crunchy yet soft bagels.
Thanks, Tom.
It's Tom, actually.
Right, Tom.
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 You doing that on purpose?
Tam.
Tam.
How have we got to town? Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
Goodwill provides opportunities for those that might have barriers to employment.
Those barriers could be disabilities all the way up to recently incarcerated. And our job is to find a way to give these folks the skills to find gainful employment in the community.
We provide such a wide variety of training. Our ECC organizations can get somebody a job.
The relationships that are built through those programs gives these organizations a long-time employee if they so wish.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Board-certified family medicine provider Dr. Michael Adling is now caring for patients of all ages at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include annual physicals and preventative care, well child exams, the treatment of cold and flu, acute illnesses, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Adling, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075. Or to learn more about his services, visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Next live from ABC's World News Tonight.
I'm such a news nerd.
Yes.
David Muir stops by, plus Wilmer Valderrama, and it's Record Breaker Week.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Not to name names, but most burger places don't even sell tacos. Meanwhile, I've got my new bacony $3 mummy wrapped monster taco and 2 original monster tacos for just $3. Take notes, Ronald. Oops, I named names. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
North Idaho's amazing Clark Fork River Delta on Fly the Northwest, Tuesday.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we've got some sad news to start. Tito Jackson has died at age 70.
Tito was one of the brothers who made up the beloved pop group, the Jackson 5. He was the third of 9 Jackson children, which includes global superstars Michael Jackson and sister Janet Jackson.
Tito's 3 sons, Taj, Terrell, and TJ, broke the news in an Instagram post, saying they're shocked, saddened, and heartbroken.
The Jackson 5 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1997. They scored multiple #1 hits, including ABC, I Want You Back, and I'll Be There.
ABC is such a classic. That's the one I always think. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
And it's not a bad TV station either.
Yeah, Okay. Well, in more entertainment news, multiple shows took home multiple honors at the 76th Emmy Awards.
Yeah, Rick
Damigella
looks at the night's big winners in today's Hollywood Minute.
Eben Moss Backrack.
The 76th Emmy Awards saw multiple shows and series taking home multiple awards.
Jeremy Allen White, The Bear.
The Bear came into the evening with 23 nominations, a record for a comedy series in a single year, finishing the night with 11 wins, including first-time nominee and supporting actress winner Liza Colón-Zayas.
And to all the Latinas who are looking at me, keep believing and vote. Vote for your rights.
Jodie Foster!
Another first-time Emmy winner was Jodie Foster, taking home lead actress in a limited or anthology series for True Detective Night Country.
That's just the message, which is love and work equals art.
Baby Reindeer!
More first-time wins came for Baby Reindeer. The Netflix series picked up 11 nominations and 6 wins in its debut season, including Outstanding Limited or Anthology Series.
If Baby Reindeer has proved anything, it's that there's no set formula to this, that you don't need big stars, proven IP, long-running series, catch-all storytelling to have a hit. That really, the only constant across any success in television is good storytelling.
Another first-season success story was Shogun. The FX historical drama took home 18 Emmys from its 25 nominations, including Outstanding Drama Series and Lead Actor for Hiroyuki Sanada.
It was an East meets West dream project with respect. And Shogun taught me that when people work together, we can make miracle. We can create a better future together.
Jean Smart picked up her 6th Emmy Award, bringing her humor on stage after winning lead actress in a comedy series for Hacks.
It's very humbling, it really is, and I appreciate this because I just don't get enough attention. I'm serious.
The Max comedy drama picked up 3 wins from its 16 nominations, including Outstanding Comedy Series, but had little time to celebrate.
We have to go because we start shooting the next season in 5 days, so thank you and good night!
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I love Jean Smart's acceptance speech, how she said she doesn't get enough attention. I felt that.
It's good deadpan delivery.
Yeah,
Love
I'm going
that.
to use that on my fiance.
Yes.
So have you seen The Bear?
I've seen a couple episodes of The Bear. I'm really bad at watching TV, but I want to watch the rest of it.
I've heard it gives you anxiety. So from what you've seen, did you feel anxious or?
Yes, because it's set in a kitchen at a restaurant, and that's, I mean, I've never worked back there.
Ratatouille, that's what I think of.
Yeah.
And that was stressful.
Yeah, I have a feeling it's a pretty stressful environment to begin with, so yeah.
I've seen Shogun, so I need to finish, well, I've seen some episodes, but that's pretty good, so check that one out too.
Yes.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, Boeing union workers on strike after the company's offer did not meet their expectations. That story in just a few minutes, plus new developments in the case of the 45-year-old man accused of killing his girlfriend in Wapato. We have what court documents are now revealing, and that's all in the next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple releases iOS 18 today. Updates include a customizable home screen, a new control center, and new iMessage features. Locking apps with Face ID and game mode are also included. The first Apple's artificial intelligence features are not expected until next month. Next, Instagram may soon let you share comments on Threads. Reports say Meta is testing a feature to cross-post comments between Instagram and Threads. While it's not official yet, this move is part of Meta's plan to link Threads more closely with its other platforms. Finally, Google is testing a new feature for Android tablets. It will let users resize and move apps around freely, making multitasking much easier. The feature is available in developer preview now, but no word on when it will be released to everyone. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day, everyone.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story.
I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Rise, 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 and thrive.
Wherever this time of year takes you, Macy's is here to help you shift seasons in style with your favorite fall brands. So lean into the excitement for what's ahead, because this fall, we've got a lot to look forward to.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, are we getting any rain today? It's been cooler. I think I heard you say that there was going to be maybe some showers.
Very small shower chances for today, and we have more small shower chances in the forecast over the next 7 days, but no one day is looking like a washout. I think a lot of us are waiting for that first big time
I'm waiting for that crisp
rain
feeling so that I can go out and get pumpkin candles and stock up.
It'll feel a little crisp in the mornings.
Okay.
In fact, it feels a little crisp out there right now, but we still definitely have some work to do to get to that pumpkin weather that you're looking for, Jessica. All right, right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bymark, just seeing all the city lights out there for this morning. Now on to temperatures where it is feeling a little crisp out there, as we have temperatures in the 50s and 60s. 55 for Walla Walla. 53 for the Tri-Cities, a little bit warmer in Sunnyside, 66, 58 for Yakima. So I think all of us need some sort of light jacket for this morning as you're headed off to work, headed off to the bus stop, wherever you're headed on this Monday morning. Here's your hour by hour for today for the Tri-Cities. You'll notice skies will range from mostly sunny to partly cloudy, and there will be a tiny chance of some showers. I'm going with after 6 p.m., although there are some models that are suggesting some other things. In general, the chance for showers is going to be between 10 to 30% for the basin, for the foothills, and for the blue. So definitely not a washout for today, keeping things pretty dry for the Kittitas Valley and Yakima Valley. We'll have a more in-depth look, a zone-by-zone look at today's forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting this half hour off and continuing coverage, in an exclusive report, we have uncovered information that shows a man accused of killing his girlfriend in Wapato was let out of jail less than 10 hours before the killing happened. Court documents we obtained show Yakima County Superior Court Judge Jared Boswell allowed 45-year-old Gianni Alemo to be released on pretrial without bail, taking Alemo on his word that he would stay away from 37-year-old Heather England. And according to the court, Alemo didn't have much of a criminal history for the last 11 years. What was not included in that information was that Alemo had been in prison for at least 10 of those years. Now, to find the in-depth report and hear from the prosecutor's office and members of law enforcement connected to the case, you can head to our website or you can find it up on our YouTube page. Now, the family of Heather England does have a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses, and the viewing ceremony is set for Tuesday. That's tomorrow from 4 to 7 p.m., and her funeral service is Wednesday, September 18th at 1 p.m. at Brookside Funeral Home, and England leaves behind 2 children. Now, according to the Yakima County Auditor, Judge Jared Boswell is up for re-election along with 7 other Yakima County Superior Court judges. Boswell was appointed by Governor Inslee in 2023 to fill a vacancy left by a retired judge. He's a former Yakima County prosecutor, and Yakima County Superior Court judges are elected to a 4-year term and will appear on the ballot in November's general election. Turning to traffic news, the Franklin County Sheriff's Office is investigating a crash that hurt 1 person at a busy intersection. It happened at the intersection of Taylor Flats Road and Birch Road. According to the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, a car and a water tanker truck crashed at the intersection. The driver of the car suffered severe injuries and was taken to the hospital. The Sheriff's Office says this serves as a good reminder.
Just to slow down, make sure we're taking the time to, if you come to a stop sign, look both ways. Slow down, give yourself just a few extra minutes to make it to where you need to go, and always practice safe defensive driving tactics. Be on the lookout for other vehicles and and just try and slow down, I think, is the biggest thing we can say on these roads. We are seeing an increase in speed as people are trying to hustle around, so just slowing down and driving safely.
All important tips, and we'll update you on that story later on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. And a Walla Walla woman continues to recover after being in a serious crash. Authorities say the woman hit a deer while driving to work, and they say she pulled over on the shoulder, but it appeared another driver drifted onto the shoulder and hit the back of the woman's car at about 65 miles per hour. The woman was taken by helicopter to the hospital, and there is a GoFundMe to help with her recovery. And we have a link to that up on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Now, in case you missed this, the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022 has been moved out of Latah County. Brian Koberger has been moved to the Ada County Jail in Boise. Last week, the Idaho Supreme Court determined Koberger's trial would be moved to Ada County. Judge John Judge ruled Latah County could not handle the trial, and there was likely a bias against Koberger due to the amount of media attention. And the trial is expected to start next June. The Washington State Patrol is holding a statewide emphasis patrol in honor of fallen trooper Christopher Gadd. Trooper Gadd died after being hit while parked on the shoulder by an impaired driver back in March of this year. He had pulled over to tell other troopers that he would meet up with them for break after, quote, one more stop, which is the name of the emphasis patrol. And the patrol starts on September 27th. Now, 1/5 of Boeing's workforce, mostly in the Seattle and Portland areas, is on strike after workers rejected a contract offer that included a 25% pay raise over 4 years. ABC's Morgan Norwood says that offer is far less than what the union wanted.
33,000 Boeing workers now on strike after soundly rejecting management's contract offer. Some 96% of union members voting in favor of the strike.
This is a movement of people who are willing to go and strike, put their livelihoods on the line, and to get what's fair. That's all we want, is a fair deal.
The proposed contract included a 25% pay raise over 4 years, far less than the 40% the union wanted. Workers also demanding a return to pension plans.
I felt the energy and the vibe of how the first offer came out, and it was terrible. And I just knew that my brothers and sisters and myself were not happy with that first deal.
We're standing together against corporate greed, but most importantly for a living wage.
This is the first strike at Boeing since 2008 and comes amid a turbulent few years for the company. 2 fatal 737 MAX crashes, a door plug falling off a passenger jet mid-flight, and a troubled Starliner spacecraft that left 2 astronauts stranded at the International Space Station. The company now bracing for economic impact of the strike with the production of its popular 737 MAX jet and its 777s grinding to a halt. Boeing said it could lose an estimated $108 million per day.
The strike could potentially impact 1.5 million people who work at other companies that supply parts and services to Boeing.
Late Friday, the Federal Mediation and Conciliation Service, an independent federal agency created by Congress to resolve conflicts between employers and unions, announcing the two sides will resume talks next week with the help of a federal mediator. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Talks between the two sides set to resume this week with the help of a federal mediator. Now check this out. Faith Martin is going to be on Celebrity Family Feud. She's known around the region for being a radio personality, but is now known nationwide after appearing as a contestant on ABC's The Golden Bachelor. So Martin made it to the top 3 on the reality show last year, and she'll appear in an upcoming episode of Celebrity Family Feud with a handful of other contestants from The Golden Bachelor. That episode airs tonight on ABC and then on Hulu tomorrow. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, more than 100 people gathered at the White House to talk about the high temperatures plaguing the country and also what they're going to do about them. That story coming up, but first Josh will have what you can expect in your weather forecast.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
Save with Bi-Mart's latest digital savings guide on bimart.com or pick up a copy in store. Save big on Ball canning jars. All pint and quart-sized jars are now 50% off. Membership saves you more at Bi-Mart.
Okay, guys, we're all here because U.S. Cellular has an incredible deal.
Right now, you can get 4 lines for just $90.
Sorry, just double checking. Is it really that good of a deal?
Yeah, it's a huge deal. You also get 4 free phones of your choice.
4 free phones! Wow, I just triple checked and that's awesome.
So go get that deal. Or at least help me clip. Do you check the expiration dates?
Oh, I can do that.
Great.
Get 4 free phones of your choice with no trade-in needed, plus 4 lines for $90.
Healthy, clear-looking skin is always on trend, but as we age, our texture and tone can change. Meet Curve Appeal's Photo Fabulous, an optimally tailored treatment that addresses the early signs of aging and provides noticeable results for pigmentation, age or sunspots, fine lines, and overall skin appearance. Book a consultation today to get camera ready and save up to $750 with the September special. Visit CurveAppealTC.com to get started.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Some symptoms of prostate cancer include problems urinating, blood in the urine, and a weakness or numbness in your legs or feet. Get more at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Prostate Urology Center, the full spectrum of urology care. Now accepting new patients.
This fall, make your home a cozy retreat filled with comfort and style when you shop at Walker's Furniture and Mattress. You'll find your favorite brands in stock at prices you'll love, with discounts on every item store-wide. Plus, take advantage of special 5-year financing with no money down, so you can bring home the furniture you've been dreaming of and pay over time. There's never been a better time to furnish your life for less during the fall savings event this week at Walker's.
This week, Dolly Parton's live on GMA.
The one and only Dolly Parton.
Then, what does Demi Lovato want you to know about her documentary Child Star that everyone's talking about? And the Golden Bachelorette on GMA.
My name's Morgan, single mother of 3 with an IQ of 160.
We could use someone with your talents.
Me? Work with cops?
I see you brought your child to a crime scene.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's take a zone-by-zone look at today's forecast. And for today in Kittitas County, we'll end up either in the 60s, 70s, or 80s, just kind of depending on the microclimate. But within the mountain gap, that's where we'll have some of the strongest wind gusts, gusting upwards of 25 miles per hour. We are expecting plenty of sunshine today in Kittitas County. In the Yakima Valley, a little bit more in the way of clouds, but still mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. High temperatures ending up near 80 degrees, and the wind gusts should be below 20 miles per hour. It's going to be the same thing today for the lower Columbia Basin, at least in terms of the winds. But you notice that in Kittitas and Yakima counties, we're likely going to stay dry for today, but there will be about a 10 to 30% chance of some showers for the lower Columbia Basin, also for the foothills of the Blues. Highs today in the basin ending up near 80 degrees, and then for the Blue foothills and for the Blue Mountains, we'll end up in either in the 60s or 70s, and there also will be that chance of some showers, and skies will range from mostly sunny to partly cloudy. And we do have some more chances for wet weather on the way over the next 7 days, so I'll show you that. Also, I'll time out all the chances for wet weather for today and tomorrow with future casts, so all that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, the White House is trying to tackle the latest heat wave sweeping the U.S. More than 100 people gathered to discuss the high temperatures and how to tackle them. Some of the solutions included giving first responders more resources and improving infrastructure to combat the heat. So many heat records were broken this summer, and some scientists say that 2024 could be the hottest year in history. Now, one of the driest places in the world is turning green. Satellites recently captured plant life blooming over Africa in parts of the Sahara Desert after an unusual weather pattern brought heavy rain and even flooding. Since mid-July, stormy weather has shifted farther north than it typically does, and as a result, portions of the Sahara Desert are anywhere from twice twice as wet to more than 6 times wetter than they should be. Scientists say a world warming due to fossil fuel pollution will make this more likely in the future. And normally, the North African desert is considered to be the world's hottest and driest. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Washington State reclaims the Apple Cup after beating the Huskies over the weekend. We've got that and more of your top stories coming up in your morning sprint. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have your full weather forecast. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Oh, another morning to savor the crunchy nooks and cranny splendor of a Thomas's English muffin.
Tom, which is a nook and which is a cranny?
That's a nook, cranny, nook, cranny. I mean, they should be teaching you this in school. Huzzah! A toast to breakfast.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Apple Valley Eats.
All right, so my job here is the food and beverage executive chef. I've been here 10 years. Started off here as an entry-level cook. I was given the opportunity to step into the executive chef role, which is the position that I'm in. I've been in that position for about 6 years now, almost. What I do here, I handle not so much the day-to-day operations, but everything that goes into the menu planning, the SOPs for all of the cooks, recipes, ensuring all the recipes are all the same, the consistency, the vision of the food and beverage department as far as the aesthetics, what is it going to look like, what does the food preparation look like. We have everything from catering, fast food, employee meals, which is a cafeteria style setting, and then obviously our bread and butter, what we do, a buffet here at Legends. What we like to do here is try to keep our team members happy, try to be versatile with them, try to be flexible, whatever needs that they may have. We try to accommodate. We do have childcare here on property, so if somebody needs to drop their kids off at childcare, that option's always there. You could come into our department with no experience at all, but we're gonna show you how to hold a knife, we're gonna show you how to cut vegetables, we're gonna show you how to cut meat, we're gonna show you how to use all the equipment. Is the comfort of knowing that I'm gonna have my consistent 40 hours a week. And that goes from everywhere from a dishwasher all the way up to my position. It's another benefit of working here at Legends. I like to think of it more as a career rather than a job.
TV's biggest night done right.
It's E.T.
At the Emmys.
The fun, the fashion, and all the things you didn't see on TV.
I wasn't expecting that.
Next E.T.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demand to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Stacy Lee, KapKView First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Not seeing much out there this morning except for the traffic flowing along on the interstate. Let's go ahead and show you what's going to happen for the rest of today with Futurecast, or at least kind of a general idea of what's going to happen. And we'll have these little chances for showers throughout the day, about 10 to 30% chances for the Basin and for the foothills and for the Blues. Now, models are having a very tough time with this. They're having a tough time with the timing of it, but just know that in general, it'll be pretty small chances for today, also pretty small chances for tomorrow. There's going to be a similar setup, 10 to 30% chances for the Basin, for the foothills, and for the Blues. But the difference with tomorrow, there's a couple key differences. Number one, there's going to be a better chance for lightning tomorrow, at least in the Blues. And then number two, there's going to be a better chance for some showers up in the Cascades. But the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley continue to keep things dry over these next couple of days. So for today, we'll actually have a seasonal day. We'll end up near 80 in the Basin, a little bit cooler than that in the foothills with some mid-70s, but the rest of us in the 80s. Also, wind should be pretty light, except for up in the Kittitas Valley. They could gust between 20 to 25 miles per hour. That situation is going to stay the same for tonight. The rest of us will continue to have pretty light winds. Overnight lows will be cool in the 40s and 50s. So some very small shower chances will continue through Wednesday. A little bit of a break for Thursday. Another small chance of showers for Friday, and then we'll double that up in a Saturday and Sunday. But this weekend isn't looking like it's going to be a washout, and it is looking like it's going to feel pretty fall-like, and that is very appropriate given that Sunday is going to be the first day of fall. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Small shower chances today and tomorrow. Dry for Wednesday through Friday, but wet weather possible again by this weekend. Then for Yakima, dry and seasonal all throughout the work week. Shower chances coming back by Saturday. Then for Ellensburg, a breezy, sunny, and fall-like week ahead. Small chances for showers return this weekend. Then for Hermiston, little chances for wet weather today and tomorrow. Another bout of that possible by this weekend. And then for Walla Walla, small shower chances today, a better chance of thunderstorms tomorrow. Dry for Wednesday through Friday, but more showers possible by this weekend.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 5:50. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour. This will take you right to your 6 o'clock hour. First up, here are the top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Starting off, the man accused of killing his girlfriend in Wapato was let out of jail less than 10 hours before the killing happened. Court documents show a Yakima County Superior Court judge allowed Gianni Alemo to be released on pre-trial without bail, believing Alemo would stay away from Heather England. The court says Alemo didn't have much of a criminal history for the last 11 years, but what was not included was that he had been in prison for at least 10 of those years. We'll have more details on this case up on our website and our YouTube page. Now, Walla Walla fire officials are investigating another suspicious fire. This one happened on Saturday just before 2 a.m. in the 100 block of George Street. This is now the 6th suspicious fire in the same area since August 1st. It took about an hour and a half to get it under control. A home, a shop, and multiple cars were damaged. If anybody has any information, please call the Walla Walla Police Department. The pavement rehabilitation project for the Richland Airport is set to start today, and that's according to the Port of Benton. In the red zone, runway 1 through 19 will be shut down starting today through Friday. In the yellow zone, runway 8 through 26 will be shut down starting this Wednesday through Friday, and the main apron work, which is highlighted in purple, will be completed simultaneously. Washington State Patrol is holding a statewide emphasis patrol in honor of fallen trooper Christopher Gadd. Trooper Gadd died after being hit while parked on the shoulder by an impaired driver back in March of this year. He had pulled over to tell other troopers that he would meet up with them for a break after, quote, one more stop, which is the name of the emphasis patrol. And the patrol starts on September 27th. Now, Faith Martin is going to be on Celebrity Family Feud. She's known around the region for being a radio personality and is also known nationwide after appearing as a contestant on ABC's The Golden Bachelor. She'll appear in an upcoming episode, and that's tonight with a handful of other contestants from The Golden Bachelor. Again, it airs tonight on ABC and then on Hulu tomorrow. In your national headlines this morning, former President Donald Trump's campaign and law enforcement are on high alert after another attempt to assassinate him. This happened at his International Golf Club in Florida. Trump says he's safe and nobody is hurt. The Secret Service agents shot at a suspected gunman who was a few hundred yards away. Authorities arrested 58-year-old Ryan Routh. Investigators recovered an AK-47 style rifle and a camera from the scene, and the FBI is launching a global investigation. A U.S. appeals court will hear arguments about the law that would ban TikTok in the United States today. Congress passed a bill last April that President Biden signed into law. The ban would take effect in mid-January unless TikTok's ownership changes. However, the company is challenging the law, saying it violates free speech rights in the U.S., saying even if it divested, it cannot happen by that deadline. In your business news, thousands of Boeing workers walked off the job Friday, saying the company's latest contract offer did not meet their expectations. The offer included a 25% raise over 4 years, but the union wants a 40% raise over 3 years. Also for the company to bring back traditional pensions. The strike halts Boeing production in the Seattle area and further delays for Southwest and United Airlines. Boeing says, quote, "We remain committed to resetting our relationship with employees and the union, and we're ready to get back to the table to reach a new agreement." Disney and DirecTV have ended their distribution dispute after coming to an agreement on Saturday. And once they did, DirecTV viewers were able to watch ABC, ESPN, and FX. More than 11 million subscribers had lost access to the Disney stations during the dispute that began September 1st. And the deal will include new options for customers, like new packages that include Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus streaming services. DirecTV also will be able to distribute ESPN streaming service once it debuts at no extra cost to its customers. In your health news, hundreds of thousands of kids' garden sets have been recalled due to high levels of lead. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says some of the red toolboxes, Stanley branded junior kids' garden tools, have levels that exceed the federal limit. The recall only involves the long hoe and rake that were in the wheelbarrow and 7-piece set, and these were sold exclusively by Costco. Customers can receive a replacement at Red Toolbox's recall website. A new study finds majority of people with heart disease are consuming twice the recommended daily amount of sodium. The American Heart Association recommends 1,500 milligrams a day. Too much sodium can also cause your body to retain fluid and can put you at risk for more cardiovascular problems. In your sports news, Washington State reclaims Apple Cup, beating the Huskies 24-19. John Mateer ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for 1 more. Washington State made a goal line standing with 1:07 remaining. The Cougs reclaiming the Apple Cup on Saturday, and they were playing at Seattle's Lumen Field, and it was part of a 5-year agreement to continue the rivalry despite no longer being in the same conference. The Cougars will host San Jose State on Friday, and the Huskies open Big Ten play hosting Northwestern Saturday. Caitlin Clark has done it again. The Indiana Fever rookie broke the WNBA's rookie scoring record. Clark scored a career-high 35 points in her game against the Dallas Wings, and the Fever beat the Wings 110-109. Clark has now scored 761 points so far this season, and she's broken several other records, including setting the WNBA single-season record for assists. Check this out now. So foxes are known to be sly.
Yeah, just ask a group of golfers who got together for a fundraiser in Missouri on Friday. The Sheriff's Office Golf Invitational took place in St. Louis.
At some point, a fox jumped onto the course, snatched a ball, and then took off, and the deputies were stunned.
And with its tongue firmly in its cheek, the Sheriff's Office put out a wanted message on Facebook. Deputies say they are seeking justice.
And also warned that the clever fox also may have accomplices that may be disrupting other golfers' games. Also, check this out. With her pinkish cheeks and natural charisma, this 2-month-old pygmy hippo Moo Dang is making millions of fans online and drawing huge crowds to the Thai zoo where she lives.
And she has one more fan sitting right here at this desk. 2 more fans then. The pint-sized new arrival to the zoo has been a social media hit ever since her keeper started uploading snippets of her life online. When she's not gobbling up grapes, she's rolling up the floor, taking a dip under Thailand's scorching sun.
Okay, I need to find her account because she will have a new follower. Well, visits to the zoo have been up at least 30% according to the zoo's director. One particularly popular video of her posted on Facebook has garnered 5.8 million views and counting, and I can see why. That is the cutest little pygmy hippo ever. Oh my goodness. Oh, what a cutie. I can't.
Precious.
Oh, we're following her right now, ASAP. Well, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6, court documents obtained show new developments in the case of 45-year-old Gianni Alamo, the man accused in the shooting death of his girlfriend Heather England, and we'll have that in our 6 o'clock hour.
And also I'll have an update on all the fires burning within the region. Also a look at temperatures, what to expect as you're headed out the front door on this Monday morning. All that coming up at 6.